Can I just say it? You are not just a stay at home mum. You are a woman with ideas, with goals, with dreams, with aspirations that don't just coexist within your identity as a mum. I need to say that because as a stay at home mum myself, who has been one for the last 4 years, whilst raising my two little boys, who are now 4 and 1.5, I know how easy it is as a mum to lose yourself in motherhood and in your new identity as a mum, especially if you've gone from career like myself, working all my life, to suddenly becoming a stay at home mum and looking after young babies. I know exactly what that's like. But you click this video not by accident. You click this video because something in that title spoke to you. And that's probably because you have been feeling almost like there is something else you want to do that you know you're not doing. There is something within you that desires to do something outside of what your traditional role might be currently as a stay-at-home mom, or what your job might have looked like before being a stay-at-home mom, or what your job might look like right now as a working mom. But there is something in you that feels almost like you've lost yourself in your identity as a mum, and it's become all consuming. Like your whole identity has become, I'm just a mum. But I'm here to remind you, you are not just a mum. You are a woman who is a mum. But you also are a woman who has ideas, who has gifts, who has talents, and who has things that she deeply desires to do outside of your role as a mum. And I am here to remind you to go after those things. Now, I recently went to a brunch on Sunday and I sat with some wonderful women, and I went around the table just asking them, like, what are some of your goals and things that you want to achieve for this year? And as we went around the table, these women shared their ideas and their goals and things that they're actively working on. And I remember they came back to me and said, hey, tell us what's yours. What are you doing? And right there and then, it rolled off my tongue. I am a women's coach. I coach women on how to overcome the internal blocks that stop them from going after the goals and the things that they really want to do, that stop them creating the life that they truly want. And that rolled off my tongue like water. It was nothing. And that is the moment that I realized I have been trying to box myself in to being a stay-at-home mum content creator, or a stay-at-home mum coach, or a stay-at-home mum. I've been trying to force myself, almost shrink my overall reach, my overall being, myself, into this one identity as a stay-at-home mum, because in this season of my motherhood journey, that's what I am. And I realized something, I learned something in that moment, that you do not have to take on the identity in its entirety as your whole self. You can be a mum and still be a business owner, a coach, a working woman, all these other things. You don't have to become the entire identity. You don't have to make being a stay-at-home mom or being a mom in general your entire identity. And I don't mean that in a bad way to knock motherhood or anything. No, I love being a mom. I love being a wife. But I am not only those things. There are many facets and components to what makes up Sherna. And the same goes for you. You are a mum, and maybe you are a mum to be, or maybe you desire to be a mum one day if you're watching this and you're not yet a mum. What I am trying to say is that sometimes our jobs, our roles as mothers, our roles as wives, all these things become our entire identity. We almost lose ourselves in it. And what that can do is it can stifle us after a while. There can be this growing tension between you feeling almost restricted, like, I am this thing, which is a mum, but I'm not just this thing, which is a mum. There is more to me. And that brunch, I learned that I don't have to fit into this perfect YouTube content creator box as a mum. I am still able to be a woman's coach, even though I am a mum and currently a stay-at-home mum to two little boys. I can still live out my goals and dreams as a coach and still help women. And so can you if you have a desire to do something that doesn't just sit within being a mum, that doesn't just sit within your current role as a stay at home mum or as a working mum or as a mum to be. You can still pursue something that feels like you outside of that role. And I'm saying that partly for myself, I'm saying that also for you. If you need this reminder that motherhood is one aspect of you, but it doesn't have to be your entire identity. It's one aspect of your overall identity. God has probably placed some things in you that He is stirring up on the inside that He needs you to do. And your identity as a stay at home mom is great, but your higher and bigger calling, especially if you're a believer in Christ, is to actually do the things that you feel like God is calling you to do. And yes, motherhood is part of that, but it might not be the whole entire part of that. And that is something that I recently got that revelation clarity. And I thank God because when I was trying to actually, I thought to myself, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom now for 4 years. I know what it's like to juggle, manage a home, juggle kids, go from one kid to two kid. I can coach and help some other mom who's a new mom or a few years behind me or whatever. Like I knew I wanted to help women still. And that has been something that I've always done and always been in that helping profession as a children's social worker who went on to work as part of other family therapeutic services and things like that. But what I found was I myself felt like I was boxing myself into something that just didn't feel like a fit. And sometimes the same thing might be happening for you where you are trying to sit within this role as a mom and plod on, but you feel yourself feeling bored, feeling completely like yourself has been erased, your identity of who you are has just gone by the wayside, or you're feeling this kind of itch, this kind of longing to try something else whilst you are a mum and whilst you're mothering, maybe as a stay-at-home mum or maybe as a working mum with little ones, whatever. But you feeling this itch to do something more. I want to encourage you to lean into that itch or that longing or that ache or that desire to do something more. And I know in every season of motherhood comes with its own time restraints and pressures. But I want to encourage you to do something, even the tiniest, smallest action that kind of just leans towards that thing that you think you are desiring to explore. And I say all of that because I have found so much joy in just getting clear on the fact that though I am a stay-at-home mum, I do not need to now make my whole coaching business around being a stay-at-home mum. Though I am a stay-at-home mum, I do not have to now go and create only content that sits within the stay-at-home mum world. I still have the ability to impact the world and impact women who are not mothers, who might also be mothers, but who might not also yet be mothers. I still have the ability to work with women who have no desire to be a mum, but do have desires that they want to pursue and overcome some of the internal blockages that prevent them from getting there. Whether that's a healthy relationship, whether that's a healthy marriage, whether that's being a better mother, whatever those things are that you desire, whether that's pursuing your creative outlet and creative expression and becoming a content creator on YouTube, whatever that looks like, there are often internal blockages, things that keep us playing small, that often stem from our own childhood, that often stem from how we've been raised, often that need need to shift so that we can step into doing the things that we truly want to do. And that is the area that I love. That is the work I have done with myself. That is some of the work I have done with the women I have coached, as well as some of the work I have done professionally with families. And it is often sometimes going through I guess, just going through life, going through that journey of trying to figure out, okay, what's next in this season? Do I go down this route because that feels like the thing that I'm doing right now as a stay-at-home mum, and that feels like the thing I can talk about with ease, but does it light me up? Is it the thing I really want to spend all my time talking about? No. And that might be something you need to ask yourself. What is one thing that I'd really like to do? Whether that's just something for yourself in terms of personal care, or whether that's something that you'd like to do that is a different career path or income option, whatever that looks like. What is one thing? I want to leave you with just this question of what is that one thing that you might like to do that you're not currently doing? And write down the first thing that comes to your mind, because it's often the thing that we are not saying aloud but has come to our mind. That is the thing that we probably need to be pursuing or exploring a little bit more. So I don't want to make this video long. I just wanted to come on and share this little nugget because it has helped me remember that though I am a stay-at-home mum, I don't have to position myself in this box. I don't have to box myself in as a stay-at-home mum content creator, or as a stay-at-home mum coach, or as a woman who has to only now coach women on motherhood matters. No, I don't have to box myself in, and neither do you. You have things on your heart, on your mind that you want to do, whether it's glowing up in your physical health, losing weight, changing your job, increasing your income, going and building that business that you long to build, whatever that looks like for yourself, do it. I want to encourage you to take one small step towards identifying what that one thing is that you really might want to do, and actually go and do it, or actually go and take one step closer to doing it. And if you need a little bit of support, I am now opening up some coaching slots for women who want a bit more of that guidance and support as they navigate what that looks like in their lives. Then I'm opening up a few coaching slots. So do click the link in my description and you can book a session there. And I think that is everything. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.